Manx Radio's Countryside is brought to you by NFU Mutual.
Hello and welcome to this week's Countryside here on Manx Radio. I'm Simon Clark.
And I'm Kiri Kermode. On Saturday I went along to a very busy parish hall at the Ballaugh Horticultural Show.
I watched some vintage tractor machinery in action at Ballacrebbin farm. I went to the Manx Chasers National Qualifier at Ballig in Jurby, and also I popped into the Ramsey Horticultural Show in St Paul's Square in Ramsey. Well, Kiri, got a lot to fit in today, but the weather has been pretty good and plenty of combines and balers been out.
It's been absolutely splendid. A real good lift for the farmers around the countryside. Gathering the harvest, the crops are coming off nicely and the straw baled straight in after the combines. It's quite unheard of having a good spell of weather like this in September to get it off, but I think there'll be some delighted farmers around.
Yes, indeed. Well, there were some delighted people riding horses at the Manx Chasers National Qualifier and Manx Horse Council Team Hunter Trial held at Paul Fletcher's and Hilary Fletcher's farm at Ballig in Jurby. I popped along and chatted to some of the riders who had taken part, young and old. Well, still panting and out of breath. Ailish Creer, a bit of a different guise you're in today.
Yeah, not the usual sheep I see you with. So. Yeah, it's very humid out there. I think that's more the thing than the course. It's just very humid. It's hard to catch your breath.
Yeah, and what about the course?
Oh, they've done a cracking job. Like, it's a lot different to what it has been in the past. It's long, but it's not too long. It's just got the right amount of jumps. He loved it, so I can't complain.
And which horse were you on this one?
So this is Eddie, and Collinge'll pick a time if you're going to look at his show name. He is homebred, so we bred him ourselves, and he's just like my child, really.
And you always ridden in these sort of hunter events or any events on the island involving the equestrian?
Yeah, I mean, I've been quite lucky because I'm quite rural, so I've kind of grown up on this scene, so it's nice to be out and about.
Makes a change from the sheep than seeing horses.
Yeah, that's the one.
Well, I mean, there seems to be a lot of camaraderie amongst the competitors here today. Seems to be a good spirit.
Yeah, it's a lovely event. Everyone's really friendly all the time here. Everyone's really helpful. Even when you're in the warm-up, people are just smiling, having a chat. So, yeah.
Yeah, and how did your run go?
Oh, he was mega. He was absolutely ace. Jumped round clear. He was quite sweaty going up to the start box. He was quite worked up. So he was mega though. Absolutely ace.
And is it a difficult task trying to decide how fast to go to start with it being a reasonably long course?
Yeah, I just try and kick him on and let him pick his pace and get into a rhythm. And then once he's in a rhythm, he can kind of adjust it. And if he gets too quick, I can sit him back. But also, it just means that you're kind of hitting markers and you're where you want to be to a fence. So,
oh,
yeah.
Well, seems you got to the finish anyway. We'll let you go and get a cup of tea and get your breath back.
Well, I need to go wash him off. Thanks, Simon.
Well, Barbara Ayres, you've completed your round. A bit of a special one for you, is it?
Yes, I was the first one to ride round this course when it opened many years ago.
Yeah, and how's it changed?
Oh, it's changed a lot. They've put so much work into it, and there's so many more new jumps, and yeah, it's improved loads. Yeah,
and a lot of the people I've spoken to said that there's a lovely flow to it, but a great variety as well.
Yes, so they've changed it for this competition to how they've had it for a little while, and yes, it's good to go on a new route, some new fences, and totally different route to what they've done the past couple of years. So
what about the horse?
Yes, he was amazing.
What's his name?
Frank.
Frank, that's a good one. And is this one you've had quite a while?
Yes, so I've had him since he was 3, so he's 8 now, but he's just brilliant.
Yeah. And Paul Fletcher told me that you love the place that much, you've moved next door.
Absolutely, yeah, I think we must be the closest, yeah.
Last here as well, I was told.
Yes, I walked the course last night when it was dark, but I still managed to find my way round.
Yeah, is there certain rules you're allowed to walk the course, or you can't ride the horse, or bicycles or something on it, like other sports?
Well, you obviously can't take your horse round, but I had to have a torch. Yeah, definitely had my torch on halfway round as it got darker and darker. But yes, that was the advantage of just being across the road.
But the love for this sort of event doesn't go away?
No, it's just brilliant, yeah.
Well done anyway.
Thank you so much.
Ellen Charmer, how did that run go for you?
Oh, it was brilliant. I had so much fun. Yeah, it's a great place.
Yeah, have you been before here?
Yeah, myself I have, but it's my mare's first run out today. So she's been up schooling once before, but this is her first run out as a competition style. So.
And how do horses adapt to different areas? Is it some they prefer, some they don't?
Yeah, so my mare's quite funny. She's not really very good with ditches, but today she sort of adapted quite well, and there's lots going on, so there's lots of people here, so I think she's been brilliant, really.
Yeah. Very pleased.
Yeah, really chuffed.
Is
really
it
chuffed.
a tricky course?
It's a really nice flowing course. The course builders and the team here at Ballig Farm do a really good job, so they make it a really good experience for our horses, so really pleased. It's nice.
Is that the one time you're out today, is it?
Yeah, so we was out earlier this morning with the lower course, and then we came and did the 60 then, so really pleased.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Smile on your face anyway.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah, go get a sausage bap now. Yeah, thank you so much.
Well, Alistair, you're, I suppose, one of the younger ones. 12, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, and how did your lap go today?
I did 2 and they went very well.
Yeah. Which horse were you on?
I was on Blue for the first round and Jack for the second.
And what's the difference between them?
Strength and speed.
Yeah. Are they one older than the other?
Blue's 24 and Jack,
24?
and Jack's like
I think he's 14.
14.
But it was his first time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And which do you prefer riding, or are they quite similar?
Oh, that's a hard question.
I like riding Blue the most, but it's quite fun riding Jack.
Jack's speedy, isn't he?
Yes, very. Very sweet.
Too fast for you?
No.
No.
Never be too fast.
You can make them go as fast as you want, though, can't you?
Yeah.
Not
Or is
like
it
a
quite-
motorbike, Simon.
Or is it quite difficult to hold them back?
No, it's getting easier now. I've had more lessons.
Yeah. And what about the course? It's quite long here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very turny this year, but it's a better challenge because I've never actually done it, so
You've never done this one before?
no.
Any of the Chasers courses?
I have once with Mum,
I had to run with her on foot.
like the whole course.
So was it nervy at the start?
Very. I thought I was going to throw up.
And what about the finish when you crossed the line?
I was really happy, and I was with Cam for the first round, and it was really good.
Well done anyway.
Thank you.
There we are, 12-year-old Alice Tier, Ellen Charmer, Barbara Ayres and Ailish Creer all enjoying themselves at the wonderful hunter trial that was on at Ballig Farm there, and all praising the course. Lovely day for it as well.
Oh, they've made a splendid effort of a course up there at Ballig. A lot of effort goes in from the Fletcher family to get it right, but they all seem to enjoy themselves. That's the thing, isn't it? There's so many wonderful young horse people on this island, and the successes coming out of it as well is just brilliant.
Well, it is that season, Kiri, for the horticultural shows and produce shows, and you were at Ballaugh.
It's hard to believe it's come round so quickly. And yes, Ballaugh was absolutely packed. Colours awry, splendid entries. And I caught up with some of the people in attendance. Well, here we are. We're with some of the prize winners of today's show at Ballaugh. Now, Ella, you've competed in this show for a number of years now, but you're also a good supporter in helping to set up.
Yeah.
So what do you do to help set up the show? Because it's a really busy day here today.
Well, things like putting the tables up, putting the certificates out with the prize winners and things like that.
Oh my word. And you also take part as well, so you've obviously got lots in the show. What have you done today in the classes?
I've put some cheesecake in, some cupcakes. I've put some craft in, a poem, a fruit and veg model, some photos.
Oh my word. How do you find time to do all of this as well as being at school and on the farm?
I do not know, to be quite honest.
And what's your favourite part of the show?
I don't really know. Probably everyone coming and enjoying the show.
Yeah, no, that is exactly it. It's all, and here you've got some of your school friends. They're trying to make you laugh, aren't they, obviously?
Yeah.
But Rebecca, you're also involved with helping set up the show. You are 2 young people. How old are you?
I'm 12.
So, you know, at this young age, how does it feel being part of the community in Ballaugh?
Yeah, it's good. It's like feeling good.
Yeah, and have you taken part in some of the classes too?
Yeah, we did. I've won lots of spuds and cakes and stuff like that.
I suppose that goes for the territory with being a spud grower. Ballacrebbin is notorious for their great spuds. So what else, you know, what other classes are there that you like to take part in?
Well, the photos are really good.
Yeah.
And then there's loads of varieties of them. And then setting up that I really like doing.
And today there's loads and loads of people here. Like, do you feel proud of being part of Ballaugh?
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. And do you think you'll carry it on for the years to come?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, congratulations, Molly Huxton. Well done for all of your prize winners today. So what was your favourite class to be in this time?
It's got to be the vegetable model one.
And that's the one where you come away with first prize and a trophy?
Yes.
So how did you come up with the idea of your creation? Let our listeners know what you have made here.
Mum was looking on her phone at things for inspiration, and then she seen a penguin, and she's like, "Mum, why don't we do this?" So yeah, we just got the inspiration from Mum's
Google
phone.
nowadays, yeah. So what have you got? What's the main body of the penguin?
An eggplant.
And then what have you added to it to make it look like a penguin?
Half an olive, and some carrot feet.
It does look really impressive. I've taken a picture of it so our listeners can have a look on our website and see what you've created. But it wasn't just first in that class, Molly. You came first in another class too.
I came first in the photo class as well.
And which class did you enter in that? Because there's a whole wall full of amazing photos here today.
And the portrait one.
And do you think an event like this is quite important to you and your classmates? Because I see that Ballaugh School has entered lots and lots of handwriting and poems and all the different sections. Do you think it's important to get involved with the community?
Yeah, it's got to be.
Well, Kelly Keenan, you've had a busy day, not only secretary, but also a raft of prizes to go home with. All of the family took part by the look of it.
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely a family affair. The boys do well. They swept up in the veg and the flowers. And I did well in the baking, yeah.
And that's a common trend. You do awfully well in the baking at many of these shows. Your name is always up there. But what was your favourite today? You come away first in the chocolate class, I heard.
Yes, first in the chocolate class and first in the bonnig. I do like making a bonnig, yeah.
A bit of Manx bonnig.
Yeah, a bit of Manx bonnig. Yeah, I enter everything really. I enter all the classes if I can.
And what gets you going to bake cakes? Because you've done it for a number of years now. You're obviously very good at it as well. But where does the inspiration come from?
I just enjoy baking. It relaxes me. I just like being in the kitchen. Yeah.
Is it your sister that she does a lot of cakes as well?
She does a lot of
part
cakes
of the family
as well, and my mum did a lot of baking when we were little. So we've been brought up, cakes, homemade cakes are the best, basically.
They really are. But we're dead lucky as visitors of today that we get a chance to buy some of these cakes as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. So there's a big auction now of all our produce, all our confectionery, jams, everything really. So yeah.
And with your committee hat on as secretary, you've got to try and make an event like this happen and obviously raise funds for it too.
Yeah, it's hard work, but we have a great committee behind us and we all muck in together. We all have our little jobs to do and it somehow happens on the day. It comes together.
Well, anyway, we better dash because the auctioneer is ready to go. The good old Michael Taggart.
I know. Thank you very much, Kiri.
Alf Cannon shall be bidding on these for his council. £1, 120, 120, 120, 120, 120, 120.
Well, Michael Taggart, have you caught your voice back now?
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Or your breath?
Oh, no problem. First one of the year, the auctions for the root shows, but great pleasure to be asked to be an auction at these root and produce shows, do Andrus, and I've just been asked to do Jurby now, so good.
My word.
Hey, and that's before we start the Melias.
Well, that's it. You've got to get the dates to you. I suppose you do two events in one night.
Yeah, get busy now. Yeah, it's lovely to put money back in the community and see a lot of people, a lot of the same faces come to a lot of the produce shows, and yeah, it's good. And a lot of good vegetable shows here today. You'll have seen that today. So
it's been absolutely brilliant, hasn't it?
That
and
big
that's
cake
the thing.
you've got bought now, Kitty, big cake bought at you.
For a week, won't it?
Pip will be on the other side of the table, spooning her out.
He specifically asked for homemade jam, so I've got a couple of choices there now.
It'll be right. Well, we've plenty of choice there today. There was lots of raspberries and blackberries and lots of things I hadn't seen though.
Well, this is it. You're forever learning, aren't you?
Yeah.
But that said, the crops around the hedgerows are good. There's plenty of apples as well.
Tremendous crops of blackberries and the little apples. And I've got my little stash of sloes hidden away now,
no.
so we're right.
Bit of gin?
Vodka.
Oh, well, go for the hard stuff, why not? But But that's it. It's that connection, isn't it? We're so lucky here on the island.
Oh, well, the 0 miles is. It's the same with our meats, and you're heavily involved with that, and we're transporting it in. It's 0 miles, and that's what we've got to look at. If we keep looking at that old boat, it's looking a bit scary for the winter time.
On that note, we will end it there. There we are. That was firstly Ella Quayle, who went on to be a joint winner in the children's section along with Grace Tia Cameen. And also Molly Huxham, a winner also in her section. One of the organisers, Kelly Corran. And there at the end, a world famous Michael Taggart, the auctioneer. What a great job he did that afternoon, raising money there for the Horticultural Show.
You're listening to Countryside here on Manx Radio with Kiri Kermode and myself, Simon Clark, and we'll be hearing more from a different horticultural show in the latter part of the programme. But I went along to look at some vintage machinery in action at the Vintage Day at Ballacrebbin Farm at the end of St Jude's Street. I caught up with some characters there, Johnny Crawley and John Corkish, who were there displaying their old baler. Well, it's great to be down here at Ballacrebbin with Johnny Crawley and John Corkish, and great to see that old baler. John, when does that stretch back to?
Well, the whole outfit came new, and the first place I remember seeing it thrashing was at Ballacrebbin, Port Mary. But the Stanley Bell was actually the man that drove the tractor, and because they thrashed all over the place. And in fact, if I'm not mistaken, Harvey Briggs in his notes said that they thrashed up there, so they had a fair area of around like.
And was it one of them things that they look at today where you seen it for the first time and went, that'll never catch on?
Oh no.
Oh no, they were posh things then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Were they sort of well known across the world before they ever got to the Isle of Man?
Oh yes. Yes. But there's been thrashing mills around long before my time anyhow.
Yeah.
And the baler's in action today, Johnny?
Yeah.
Jones baler.
Jones baler, yeah.
It was pretty rough when John got a hold of it, because the whole outfit was. But the baler we tackled first, restored it, and we were lucky enough that Mr. Henry Goldsmith was alive, and he had the big workshop in Lime Street, Port St Mary, and we done both of them in there.
Aye.
The baler first. I was even painting it on Christmas Day.
Never.
I was sure there's something to do.
It's great to see it in action, still working today though down here.
Oh yes, it is, isn't it? Yeah.
Be another 100 years in it.
No.
As long as it's kept under cover.
Good man.
That's the secret.
Yeah.
I had plenty of wood on it.
That and rust gets in. Yeah. Rust into the metal. It's well, you get woodworm, but you can get metalworm as well.
Well, it's a great achievement that yourself and Johnny and the families as well have got it to have it still working here today.
Oh, as long as it's in good hands, it'll last a long time.
Well, some mighty memories, and they won't mind me saying a pick of age on Johnny Corkish and Johnny Crawley. Mighty memories there. Okay, we said we'd fit some more horticultural in, and I popped along to the Ramsey Society's Horticultural Show held at St Paul's Hall. I spoke to some of the kids who were there with the Martin family. Lorna Martin, who came away with the top prize of the event. But firstly, I had a chat with Lamara Crane, one of Ramsey's commissioners.
It's been absolutely lovely. It's been really busy. Lots of people have visited, and there's so much produce. I think everyone's had a great time looking around and seeing what everybody else has managed to grow or produce over the year. And also there's been lovely new items that have been brought in that aren't just produce, and children have participated as well, so it's been lovely.
Yeah, and it's great in a way because a lot of the villages are renowned for having these sort of shows, but to have it one in a town like Ramsey.
Yeah, it's fantastic. There wasn't a show last year, so the fact that this year we've had so many entries and it's been so popular and it's been really well visited, and I think everybody's just had a fantastic time. So it's brilliant that we can have this in Ramsey, and it's not just something for out in the sticks.
Yeah, and you've had the I suppose the crux of the afternoon's job, you know, the vital raffle ticket drawing, because they're so keen, some of the generations with the raffles, aren't they?
Yes, it's fantastic having a raffle. It's a brilliant way to raise some funds for a wonderful organisation, and great for everyone to just participate and to, you know, hope for that they win.
Did you get anything in yourself?
Unfortunately, I didn't.
Well, I'm sure the committee here are grateful that one of the commissions has turned up to support the event.
I was absolutely delighted to be invited, to be honest. It's a lovely honour, and I'm very pleased to help everybody out and to be here taking part today.
Let's get a chat with somebody who's came away with quite a few first prizes in the Ramsey Horticultural Society show, but I see the Martin family's name on the overall champion of the day. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Now, it's an interesting one because it's in the floral art section, and it's all like a beach scene.
Well, the entry said a summer seaside scene. So that is after a walk on the beach with my grandchildren, who collected all of that together, what we found on Ballacrebbin shore.
But how do the kids take it when you told them it's won the Supreme Championship?
To be honest, they're not here yet. They haven't seen it. They spent ages arranging that and putting pieces on, and in their book it said collected, we'll put this here, and the bones are dinosaur bones.
Really?
Yes, apparently, and I can't argue.
But the whole thing, it's so different, and it's lovely to see amongst all the vegetables, the flowers and everything, something different, isn't it?
Oh yeah, and it is, and I think that's what, in a way, they've got to go for. Maybe it's a little bit different, to get more entries and different take on it.
How many times did you rearrange it? Because there must be 20 or 30 different items inside the tray.
No, they went and got a little wheelbarrow each of gravel from our gravel heap on the yard, wheeled it up and tipped it in, and then we just put on it. Yes. It's it's been pretty well sat there for the last couple of days.
True to the Isle of Man beaches, it's got a bit of rubbish and litter on the top of it too.
Yes.
Was that on at the start?
Yes. And we did find that on Ballacrebbin, and I think the judges were quite impressed with that, yes.
Yeah, good job Bill Dale wasn't here, he just took it off. And
on the whole though, we were quite impressed how clean the beaches are now. They are very clean at the minute.
Well, let's get to the younger generation who are responsible for collecting all these bits. Tomlin and Max, whose idea was it to make this then?
Wow, it was Nana's.
Yeah.
It was Nana's.
Yeah, and who collected the bits then?
Wow, some of the bits were me, and and quite a lot of the rest was Max.
Okay, and what did you pick up, Max?
He's just a bit shy.
Oh, well, we're all shy. So what about them bones there?
They were dinosaur bones, I think.
Oh, good job he was dead then. Well, the Martin family there, along with Lorna Martin, telling us how they got to make that wonderful floral art exhibition.
Talking of produce shows, it's all go around the countryside at the minute. The Andreas Produce Show is at 1 p.m. on the 23rd of the end of this month up at the Andreas Parish Hall. So that's 1 p.m. on the 23rd of September, the Andreas Produce Show.
Indeed, or the Root Show as I always know it as. But also, after 19 years, the return of the Jurby Fruit and Flower Show, which will be held the week after, Saturday the 30th of September at Jurby Parish Hall. So make sure you go along and support them events. We'll be back next Tuesday with more. So until then, from me, Simon Clark.
And me, Kiri Kermode.
We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.